my neighbor, he got hernia about the same time. We were kind of talking about, oh yeah, I've got a hernia and stuff like that. And I didn't tell him I was, using the V6 and stuff like that. So it just wasn't time to have that kind of conversation with him yet. But he went into the hospital and got his like taken care of and had the surgery and all that stuff. And he was hobbling around and I didn't do that. And so here I am totally pain free. It's all healed. It's gone. My normal blood pressure was about 130 over 65, which is fine, which is great. But when I was doing the touch, and now when I check my blood pressure, it's like 110 over 55.
Hey Dan, welcome to Touch Tales. It's good to see you.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well,
Good to
I'm
see you
looking
too.
forward I'm looking forward to hearing your story about your success with both the touch and the white devices.
Yeah, it's been great. Since I joined, um, I've had my touch for, sorry, I've had my device, my V6, since I think last summer. So, and then the touch obviously since December when they released it. So I've been using that pretty regularly. So
How were
what is
you
it?
feeling before you got your device?
Before, some of the problems I had with myself were I had a hernia really bad on my left side. I'm not on any medication, just to, so, and I've been, using the touch. So because of that, I guess what I'm trying to say is I haven't had any other things to kind of affect what's happened to me. So it's all been like touch and using the V6. So nothing else has kind of been in play other than, I've been trying to eat good, but I haven't really changed my diet too much, just trying to eat well. So, so what's wrong with me before was I had a hernia that was really bad on the left side. And I've had some blemishes and some dark skin tags on my face. Those were some things that were wrong with me. I had, I don't know how much you want to get into it, but I had some irregularity, like as far as going to the bathroom and stuff like that. We'll just put it that way. Nothing super serious, but I was starting to notice like things were a little different than before. So, uh, and I also had some problems with, I guess, hyperglycemia, like early onset type of stuff, where you eat a big meal and you get like really sleepy a lot quicker than you normally do and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, something's going on with my blood sugar levels and stuff. I haven't been to the doctor in uh 16 years, so I kind of do the self medication, do the herbs, do the a lot of juicing, eat well, all that kind of stuff, kind of self healing, kind of. So I'm kind of into that. So generally, I'm pretty healthy. I do have some. I'm a little bit older. I'm 57, so I have some achy knees, and kind of the normal low energy stuff that you start getting when you're that age and stuff. So those
Hey,
were the things
watch
that were
it.
kind of.
Watch it when you say that, because I'm older than you.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So anyway, so
And then what happened? What'd you notice when you started using the QT Wave?
so I noticed a little more energy. That was one of the first things I noticed. And then I would put the QT wave, I would lay it on, I would wear it around my neck all the time with the V6. And then at night when I would go to sleep, I would lay it right by my hernia where it would hurt the most. And I did that for, a few months, and then the hernia started to get better. Like it started to not hurt as much. Um, you could compress it and you could kind of feel where it was at, but that when I started doing that over time, I couldn't really feel where it was at anymore. And then yeah, so that was the most amazing thing. So over, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months later, it was gone, and now there was a little bit of pain there, but now the pain is completely gone. It's completely healed. And the other interesting story with that was my neighbor, he got hernia about the same time. We were kind of talking about, oh yeah, I've got a hernia and stuff like that. And I didn't tell him I was, using the V6 and stuff like that. So it just wasn't time to have that kind of conversation with him yet. But he went into the hospital and got his like taken care of and had the surgery and all that stuff. And he was hobbling around and I, I didn't do that. And so here I am totally pain free. It's all healed. It's gone and didn't have to have a surgery or anything. So
Well, have you
that was
told him now?
what's that?
Have you
Oh,
told him now?
no, I haven't told him yet. So I think I'm going to wait until they maybe open it for members again and get him excited about it. And maybe he'll sign up and stuff like that.
We
So,
just opened today. We
okay.
just
Oh,
opened, I
today.
think,
Okay, cool.
2 weeks, 2 or 3
Okay.
weeks. That's it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know for sure. Um, the other thing too is I noticed when I was using the touch and the V6, um, I would get kind of itchy, and you probably heard this from other people too. I would get that itchy, like my body was detoxing, and that went on for probably 7 or 8 weeks, and then it just kind of stopped. So I think that's what it was doing. I don't. Maybe you know more about that, but that's what I can kind of concluded. So
Yeah, I
um,
think that's a healing effect, when you start
yeah,
itching.
yeah. I think it was a healing effect, detoxing kind of thing. Um, I also noticed that my joint pain in my knees has gone down a little bit. It's not totally healed, but it's not as it's easier to kind of bend down and get up. And like when you're sitting down, you kind of help yourself up. You're like, oh man, I don't have to do that as much anymore. I can kind of bounce up and stuff, but there's still some pain there. Um, my skin's getting a little tighter. I used to have these baggy, when you get, I don't know if it's a sign of like some kind of disease or diabetic or something. I don't know, but the bagginess in my eyes is kind of starting to go away. So it was a lot worse if I showed you pictures before, but so that's been great. So it's the skin's kind of tightening up a little bit. My blood pressure too. I'd never had a problem with blood pressure, but I would take it. My normal blood pressure was about 130 over 65, which is fine, which is great. But when I was doing the touch, and now when I check my blood pressure, it's like 110 over 55. So it
Wow.
just kind of went down as a kind of natural side effect result of it. So that was great. Um, I'm not noticing any kind of hyperglycemic things. I can eat a big meal and stuff like that, and I don't get as tired as I used to. So that's kind of and I'm more regular now. I noticed that. Uh, so yeah, things have been really great, and I'm looking forward to the new technologies coming out and all that stuff. I know we're having a call, like an exciting call this Friday. So
Yeah,
yeah. Any other questions you want to ask me or?
yeah. So knowing what you know is coming, okay, and you're 57 now, but one day your body's going to be 30, essentially, like
Yeah,
the 30-year-old. What excites you about
yeah. That excites me because then like many people that get involved with this, I'm excited to have that younger feeling look and all that stuff so I can do um, a lot more things with my life, like humanitarian projects, stuff like that, and just really make another impact out there. Like I've already made an impact, but it's like like a second chance to make an even bigger impact. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited for like my wife and my family and my kids and stuff like that, because I know some of them could really use this. My wife is on the program too, and she has a V6 and stuff like that. She uses the touch and everything. My kids aren't yet, so hopefully we'll get them on there because they've got some issues. I've got a daughter that's got some. She was born with some. We'll call it just some mental issues. It's not really severe, but there's something kind of off there. So I think hopefully that can help her. It can help her down the road. Um, so I'm looking forward to that. The other thing I didn't mention was as far as using the touch, I would use it on my iPad. I have a large iPad, and it's great to lay it on different areas because you can cover a big surface area, so that feels really good. And the other thing that's really cool, and you probably heard this from other people, but I would have it going and I would lay it on the floor, and then I'd put both my feet on it. Kind of the reflexology stuff where it kind of just comes up on those nerve endings in your feet, and I can feel it just going through my entire body. So that I like really, I like to do that a lot too. And then when I'm working on the computer, I'll have it going too. So I kind of use it probably, I would say at least 3 times a day. I'm using the touch and stuff. So
Awesome. Yeah, I love with the feet on it. Love that. I
yeah,
think my laptop on the sides of,
yeah.
before in between the mouse pad. That's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, that's the best. And I have a big enough one I can put my whole hand on it too if I want to do like a whole hand on each side or something. So it really makes a difference, I think. But you know,
Yeah, that's fun. Awesome. Well, that is amazing. I cannot believe that you actually had a hernia clear up. That
yeah.
huge. I have a scar about that big from a hernia surgery right up on my upper abdomen. My last baby was 9'4". So
Oh wow, that's a big one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he was big. So I,
Has it cleared up your scar a little bit or?
that's a good question. I never really look at it. I still have a little bit of a scar.
I have an appendix scar because I had my appendix out when I was 11, and I haven't really looked at that either. I should really take a closer look, but I have a feeling it's probably cleared up a little bit. So
Yeah. I
probably,
mean, I'm just shocked about that. So that's very,
yeah, it was the most amazing thing of all the things that I noticed. But yeah,
that's cool. So
yeah.
what would you like to say in closing, Daniel?
I just want to say a big shout out to the company and Cynthia and you and Dr. Alfredo for everything. It's been awesome. I'm excited that I was shown the opportunity, and it's been a good experience. So, and I look forward to the coming technologies, like I said before, and everything else that we've got planned with the company. So, yeah. So that's it.
Wonderful. So will you come back and do a part 2 after your QARC experience?
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe they
That's
won't even recognize me. I'll be so young and good looking again.
already look young and good
Oh,
looking.
thank you,
So
sweet.
don't
You're sweet.
sweat
You
it.
actually you actually look like my sister a lot. So anyway,
Your sister?
yeah, I have a sister. She passed away in a tragic car accident last year, but you look really similar to her. So
Oh, how funny. Well, that's sweet. All right, my dear. Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing this incredible story. And I look forward to seeing you next time.
yeah, you too. Thanks.